In this video, I chat to Riva Starr at ADE and we chat about sending music to record labels. We chat about what hardware he recommends and also how to maximise a release once you've got a record signed. Let's jump into it. Hi, it's Grahame from Tech Transmission. I'm at ADE. I'm joined by Riva Starr.
Ciao.
How are you, my friend?
Good, man. Considering it's the Friday of the AD week.
And we're sat at the top on the beautiful W Hotel, and you're
wicked, wonderful.
What have you
actually see from the?
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to join me on the Big Question series, and we're going to kind of do a jumbo special Big Question series, and bring some value to some aspiring young DJs, and try and give them a load of advice from your mega brain of your industry knowledge.
Super mega brain.
Super mega. It's like that card. Your kids been watching that Master Mega Mind.
Mega, exactly. I'm growing my. No, I mean I can just tell you something about my experience. That's for sure.
Perfect. So we picked some questions. Let's jump into them. Don't forget to sign up to if you like these, please drop in the comments below and join us in the comments below. And anything you take out of Steph's knowledge, please just drop it in the numbers below. We'll love it, man. So let's start off. Obviously, you've just got this. You're putting this album out. So let's start with you've just got a record signed. What is your next step for maximising a release and kind of getting the most out of each release? And what is your advice for doing that?
Well, I guess in general having a solid crew around you would be ideal. Yep. People that just follow up with the label if it's not your label, that discuss the social media, the online presence and promotion, because it's crucial these days. Yep. Like it or not. So AKA find the best way within your style to promote the album, and maybe just find out with the label if you can do some personal promotion. Yep. Talking about club albums or singles or whatever, because it's always handy it's always nice for the DJs to get personal promos, if you know what I mean. That feels more personal, and it's a good way to connect with the other DJs and get a better relationship.
Takes an emphasis yourself and driving yourself as well, not just rely on the label.
Exactly, because you can get like better response from them and feedback as well. And at the end, we're just people, human beings. So I think having a more personal approach is key. And then work your ass off. It's once you sign the record, it's just the start. It's not finished. So
of course.
Just don't relax.
How long after you kind of the label's release has gone out do you continue working that release and working that project after release date?
I think it depends. It really depends from the kind of release. If you have a release that has crossover potential, you just whatever you feel really. I mean, I heard about the story of some of MK's remixes on Defected. They've been working in the underground for more than almost 2 years.
Wow.
And so you should never give up. Of course, you can't keep the same pace of promotion on one single for months. I guess the first couple of weeks, the first month for a single, are key. So the first month you should be like totally on top of it, and then always try and see if some big DJs maybe play your tracks and you can repost it or whatever. But I think definitely the few weeks before and the month after the release are key, and you should just keep on pushing it.
And obviously you're just putting this album out, and kind of how did you go around that concept of the album? How did you push that? Did you decide I'm going to do an album and then that is going to be my focus? And did you?
Yeah, that's my fourth album. So basically I need to do albums because I'm so eclectic, sometimes I confuse myself too.
Right.
So I need to actually point out, even firstly to myself, where I'm at music-wise. And this is the actual state of my approach to music in the club and in the studio. So Curveballs is because I just don't like to stick to one sound. I mean, the house and techno spectrum is so wide that it's a shame just to stick to one concept or one kind of sound, even if it's trendy or whatever. I just like to go left and right. So that was the concept behind the album, and that's what I'm playing in the clubs, really.
Nice, cool. And if you're a young DJ and you've got no gigs or no releases, what do you start? How do you start then, and how do you get yourself more traction and bigger? How do you get further in the career without those things?
Well, first of all, you need to make good music.
Right.
If you wanna pursue the the production and then DJing career. There's very rare DJs that become very famous or break through just through the DJing. Most of them sometimes do promotion parties and stuff. So I think doing a bunch of productions that really reflect your sound and they are solid are the best business cards to try and break through.
Is it worth sitting on a good releases just until you've got more in a bank of kind of tracks that maybe you get sit on until you've got 12 or 15 tracks that you can then hit the labels all at one time, or you kind of just get them ready and then get them out and then get them ready and then get them out?
Well, in general, if you want to get to the sound that you like, you end up doing a lot of releases, a lot of tracks anyway, because you just want to fine-tune on your sound and maybe just go back on the previous tracks and fine-tune the sound, because you maybe in the meanwhile have found anything else that could work better for you. So yeah, I would say if you have a bunch, like at least 10 tracks you are super happy with, you've been testing it in the club and they really reflect your sound, just hit the labels according to your preference. And one suggestion is don't send the same tracks to different labels. So if you target one label, just keep on sending the tracks just to the label and wait for the response.
Right.
I know it could be annoying because sometimes everyone is busy and it takes time to to get the tracks, download them, listen, decide, play them, and then get back to you. But I think if it's a label that is really worth the wait, you just wait, because there's nothing that is more upsetting that you choose the track, you do all the job, like test it in the club, and then then we take it. Oh, sorry, I sent it to the other label, and then it's not respectful.
And it kind of one of the things that came out of yesterday, I was loads of people asking me how long should you wait for a label to not come back to you, basically? How long, like for you, if you're like a brand new artist, you've never heard of them, they send you a piece of music, how long would you, if you've not listened to it by then or you've not responded by then, how long would they just sort of then stop and try something else?
Okay, so we have an auto reply. So when they send the email, we have an auto reply saying give us at least 2 weeks, and if you don't hear from us, you're free to give it away.
Okay.
So for us, 2 weeks, because I usually manage to listen to everything within the 2 weeks, and then maybe we send them an email saying, just put it on hold for us, let me play it for a couple of weeks more. If you don't mind. Perfect. If they agree, we just start from there.
Perfect.
I have a person that is actually dealing just with this, so we make sure that everything gets downloaded and uploaded on my Dropbox, and I listen and then I put in different folders, and he knows what to do accordingly.
Perfect. That's a great system, man. So that's really interesting. And then I guess that leads into like, how do you deal with the rejection of not getting that sign? How do you deal with that mentally, and how do you what do you do next as a DJ? Where do you go from there, basically?
I remember in an interview, Green Velvet saying, you should just keep on doing music and don't just put all your hopes on one track, because sometimes you put like a lot of effort on one track, you strongly believe that it's going to be the track that is going to break you through and it's going to be a number one hit, and then no one care about it once you release it, just your mom. So that's far more depressing than actually just do a bunch of tracks and send it over, and you never know, because people's response is it's not trackable, like in a way it's very random, which is nice in a way, because it's impossible to actually plan an underground hit. Sometimes
exactly.
The more
happens
the more unexpected, and that's also a good challenge for you in the studio, so you don't get to get bored.
And then let's talk studio quickly. I guess if you're a new DJ and you've been literally on your laptop all the time, what one piece of hardware would you say you have to get that first because you use it most, and it's really valuable to have that one piece?
Oh well, I would say a good external synth is nice. I do everything through my analog outboard since the beginning, so I rarely use many plugins, and I use Ableton just as a sequencer. So I use a lot of outboards and synths and external mixer and stuff. So I'm not very good in suggesting good plugins or stuff, but definitely, even if you have a lot of soft synths, if you have an external synthesizer that has solid bass sounds and synth, that really helps a lot on the production. And also maybe you get a good mono or a double mono distortion unit that really helps to beef up the sounds in your mix.
Perfect. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you guys for the interview.
Thank you. If you got value from that, please drop us comments. Let us know what you thought. Thanks, Riva Starr, for joining me once again. Good to see you, my friend.
Good to see you, man.
It's always a pleasure, man. Good.
Ciao.